All right, y'all, back with another video. I said I was done, but I did say I was gonna probably come back with another video, but this one is a serious one. It's more so for the married couple, and it's more so for the married woman, only because of its nature. But I mean, if it happened to a man, like I said, I'm not biased. I'm not biased at all. I tell a man, if he getting abused, go get some help. You don't deserve that. I tell a woman, go get some help, because I see too much of it. It's too much, y'all. So, like I was saying in the other video, there was a sister in the church who he actually started talking to about me, hoping that he could get her to feel sorry for him and try to make me feel bad about whatever, him not being happy in whatever way. He can fabricate a story, and just lie on me just to get me to feel bad. That's something that I needed. He needed for me to do, is to feel bad and to do what he said. So I'm gonna leave this sister nameless. I'm gonna respect her privacy. So he would contact her, and tell her all our business. I mean, all the business. It's stuff that I wasn't even comfortable with telling anybody, So one day, my ex-husband had reached out to her, and he told her, he said he was trying to, explain the situation that happened. He was like, yeah, for example, like, I be having to force my wife to have sex with me. I have to force my wife to have sex with me. That's what he told her. And she was like, what? What you mean, force your wife to have sex? You mean she said no? And he was like, yeah, she said no. And she was like, well, what you say? He was like, well, I was like, man, you know what the Bible says. We about to get down. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about your feelings and what you want. She was like, what? She was like, what are you saying to me? Like, hold on. She had to, like, ask him over and over again just to clarify what he's saying and make sure she heard what he was saying and understand what he was saying. So she was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna call your wife. I'm gonna call her back, all right? So she called me, and once I seen her name pop out, I was like, oh, my husband did something, told her something was going on. I don't even think we were even beefing. It was just always needing for me to feel bad, like I could never be happy. So she called me. I was just parking. I was just pulling up, and I was getting out the car, and she was like, hey, Kiara. I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, hey, your husband, he just called me. I was like, what happened now? Because I was like, ain't nothing going on. What happened? So she was like, he was trying to tell me, this, that, and the third, and he was telling me that he had to force you to have sex with him because you denied him. And I was like, oh, man. Because, sometimes there will be a denial of sex. Like, I don't be wanting to do that. Like, how you gonna make me feel like crap and then expect me to perform in a bedroom? Like, intimacy doesn't start in a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? It starts with conversation. Start up here. So, up here, and all that go together for me. Like, if you making me feel like crap, and this for everybody, if you treat me bad or putting your hands on me, we ain't having sex. Like, that's abuse. That's abuse. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'm like, don't touch me. Get away from me, because you are being abusive. We're not just having a fight. You know what I'm saying? We're not just having an argument. That's, it's normal to have disagreements and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you may, raise your voice. But when y'all fighting and, you know what I'm saying, and there's toxic stuff going on, it's not going to, the bedroom ain't going to be popping, So sometimes I'll be like, no, but then I will be forced into having sex. So she was like, so what happened? And I just told her what happened. Like, this was something that I don't even talk about to people. Like, my sex life, like, I don't talk about my sex life to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, to nobody, not to my mama, not to nobody. This is something personal between me and my spouse. You know what I'm saying? And since he's the only person I've ever had sex with, so he's the only person that I really have, the audacity to talk to, the nerve to talk to. So, I told her what happened, and she was like, well, Kiara, I thought she was going to, condemn me like the other sister would condemn me and send me to hell. Like, oh, you're going to hell if you don't have sex with your husband. But she did the total opposite. She was like, Kiara, that's rape. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't understand. I couldn't grasp that because we're married. She was like, anytime you say no and he keep going, that's rape. She said, I don't care if it's your husband, your boyfriend, your whoever. The minute you say no, no means no. So I opened up and said it was, for the married couple, because a lot of times, people can't really understand marital rape, but rape is rape. And it happens within marriages. And I went through that. So one time, aside from him saying that he had to force me to have sex, and it was right before church. So my whole mood, this was an attack from the devil. Like, I was just forced into having sex, and now I got to go worship God. Now I'm trying to go worship God. I got a broken heart right now. But we got to remember, God is near to the brokenhearted. But at the time, I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, I just wanted to go to church and just worship God. But now I got all this on me. You know what I'm saying? I got all this. He put all this on me. And he don't have no remorse. Like, this is my spouse. It's supposed to be, you know what I mean? My other half, like my road dog. And he hurting me even more. So we went to church. And I was just all tore up in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the day that me and his mama got into it at church, and I had left, and then it caused a whole bunch of attention that I was not looking for. You know what I'm saying? So, back to another time that he had basically raped me. So, at first I was just like, not really wanting to say this because this is something personal. It'd be shameful, but I'm not ashamed anymore because I don't have anything to be ashamed about. So, one night we had got into it, actually one morning, and he had did what he did, and he knew I didn't want to do it. He knew for a fact I said no, and he knew it. He just did what he did. And so when I don't know if any of you been ever raped, but it's not, it ain't a funny feeling. It ain't a good feeling. It's not. And especially with your husband, it could be very, like what is going on? Like you don't really understand what's going on. So when he got done, he got off of me. I had turned over on my side, and when you cry, not cry out loud, but you kind of shiver and you go kind of like that, like you could notice it in your back. So he saw my back, right? And he was like, what's wrong with you? He was like, oh, I didn't rape you. I was like, I didn't say you raped me. He really knew what he had done. He knew it. I had never said anything about rape. But he knew that I didn't want to have sex with him. And I started crying because of what he had just did to me. And he knew he was wrong. But, instead of, owning it, he denied it to make me feel even worse. Make me feel like, oh, what you feeling, you should be feeling. We just made love. That ain't making love. So if you're going through that, that's rape. And you don't deserve it. That ain't making love. It ain't nothing intimate about that. That's one person having control and power over another person. That's rape. So I just wanted to put that out there. Love yourself. Know the truth. Don't believe what they be saying. Don't believe what your abuser is saying. Get out, get help, ask questions. Do not be ashamed to ask questions. Find someone who you can talk to. A counselor, somebody who can help you. But don't go on living like this. You are worth more. I love you. God loves you. And until next time, y'all, for real, peace.